Hello there, Forge of Mars here, and I'm doing some basing at the moment. A friend of mine asked me a question this morning and I thought I'll do a quick video. So I've already started with this Warhound by utilising parts from the Civitas kit, where I've actually assembled part of it, cut it in half and then cut at angles to have it sort of subsided into the floor, and then using other bits of plastic just to sort of scatter around. Now what I'm aiming to do is have Warhound standing like this, so foot up, raised, and then obviously just looking out towards the side. But it's getting there, so you have in that position there just so I can see where it is and how to have it, and then arrange either various bits of plastic parts that I've accumulated and going to work with clippers on them basically. So if I continue with that for now. So again, using off-cut bits from the Civitas building range. So cutting down. Now with my clippers, I shall be doing small pieces like that. I do that so it makes a sort of exposed rebar or sort of girders, stuff like that. So I'll just get a few of them together like so. And spot of glue in place, and do it sort of, well, try to get it on top anyway, like so. So it gives you a little cross panel, or cross section there, so where stuff is falling out, and then scattering some more around as best as I can, along with random bits of cut off parts from the actual kits. So just using the poly cement just to help stick them in place basically. Because it all adds to the actual overall effect that I'm trying to achieve here. One little thing I do with the bases of these parts, you have the little raised part there, so when you normally stack them they sit in nicely. I actually cut them off purely to make them easier to fit onto the base. So again, just going in like so. The offcut will be used as well, so but it makes it a little bit more easier once you clean up. Now, always checking position, so I know I can put that somewhere. And just have it. So again, just gives out that bombed out ruins a little bit more sort of decor as such. The off-cut part, split that down a bit, Just randomly placing, because obviously in a smashed up Imperial world, after Titans have been walking, there's going to be a lot of mess, and that's what I'm trying to achieve here. I can could use also pincers. No, I can't even think of the word now. Yeah, no, totally. My brain is completely gone there. So sorry, but yeah, it's just a case of just strategically putting offcuts of plastic here, there, and everywhere. I also utilise off of sprues little parts. Now, see, that's like an edge of the sprue there. And you do need to have a decent pair of clippers to do that to it. So you get some nice sort of roughage. Try and put the smooth parts down. And again, it's just like parts of masonry, and the roughness all adds to the overall effect in general. I can also do some snippage to make it a little bit more angular, like so. Now, I've deliberately sort of avoided the central parts, because obviously that's where a lot of the Titan's going to be. But obviously, as I get nearer to the actual place where I'll be placing the feet here, I'll put a little bit to sort of ramps it up a little bit. You can just put a little bit of, that didn't go exactly where I wanted it to go. At least it's not super glue, I guess. As you can see, I'm just trying to position that again, so it's just like part of the ceiling that's collapsed and spread out, and just adds to the overall look of devastation. And again, because of the feet are sort of raised, it's not going to actually step in them, so having a few bits like that on the bottom of the actual bit where it ramps down, it's not going to hurt, because it's adding more texture. And you can always just add more to the rubble. Does not hurt one bit really, because as I say, where this foot, the leading foot, resting, it's not going to actually connect to any of that, so it just helps sort of gives a little bit more to the actual base there. Alright, now I can see what I want to do is just get a few extra bits around here first, and then I'll go on to the next phase, which is to put my sand mix into position. So I'm just cutting a few extra slivers for rebar. Now what I often do as well is I'll use a bit of, as I say, rebar to mark the position where the front toe is going to go, but trying to hide the fact that I'm doing that is by adding these extra parts. So I know that the front toe it's going to hit that rebar bit there. So when I'm putting in the sand, I can see exactly where I'm going with it. So it all has method to my madness. Then I'll just put some extra bits like that in there, really. Alright, so I think that'll do for that section. So clean off my glue. Right, next section involves super glue. Now this is just a cheap super glue that you get from most do it all sort of shops, decorating or all that sort of jazz. So that's my current sand mix. So we've got various grains. The whiteness in there is actually bicarbonate of soda, which when it's introduced to super glue sets pretty instantly, like concrete. So it gives you some real fine texture. And this is what I'm going to do now, is obviously put super glue into position around the edges. We have birds singing here, which is always nice. There is a dog that's got a smoking problem because he's having a bit of a cough at the moment. There's a bit of a snort over there, but he's fine apart from that. At least he's not barking like he normally does. So you can see where along the sides like that. So there's a good bit there. So taking some little rock parts, can't really see, there you go. They're from like, I think those ones are from like an army painter range. So the bigger pieces just throw extra rubbling, because obviously they're all random shapes, so that also helps with the illusion. And then just picking up the sand, just scattering it. I said there's quite a lot of bicarbonate soda in there because obviously that's the ace in the hole. The other different grits just add to the texture and gives you a bit more randomness. So, yeah. So you can see that, and then so it gives you a very sort of roughage there, better than the base plain plastic. What I often do as well is just go over with a brush, so it gets all the excess bicarb off. So it's got a nice sort of texture there. It's got a mixture of the sort of different grains in there as well. So that's when you paint it, it gives you a lot more sort of roughage. So see, like, you know, buildings getting obliterated left, right, and centre. It's going to scatter rubble and debris everywhere, and that's what we are aiming to achieve. So trying to control this as best I can without getting too messy. It also helps fix the plastic parts into place as well. A delicate balancing act, as you can see. Right. And again, some more random rockage from the bits. So there's all sorts of stuff in this pot of sand. There's bits of plastic in there as well, which I just dump all sorts of bits and pieces. And one more for taste. There you go. And then again, just grind it in place. But yeah, this is basically very quick and easy to do. And it's just finding, like, mixing up your grits for one, so you get the nice sort of variance in how deep, and well, say how deep, how thick it all comes through at. So if we place that there, so you can see where the feet are. So obviously with the reversed heel, we can go a bit further in with that, and clean up with a thumbnail. That's how the base is going to look. Right, now return that light off. Sorry. So yeah, so I'm going to go around the last parts again, brush around like the base here just to fill it up a little bit more with basing material, just to sort of pad it out really. So there's no sort of untoward gaps, and around the front here. I'm trying to get as much of just the straightforward lighter grains. Don't want anything too thick there really. Also with the rock, sometimes you just need to give a little bit more sturdiness. So when you're doing this again, just yeah, just a touch up here and there and everywhere really. So yeah, it's just adding more to it, just to sort of get the sort of effect that you're after. And it doesn't hurt, just run a little bit of super glue along the inside edges, like so, and again just sprinkle a little bit just to give you some more texture. But he says as he tries to, where's my brush? Put the brush down. Oh, there it is. So if you see some bits that you just think, oh, I could use a touch up, then just touch out. So it doesn't hurt, just you say it gives you some nice unevenness as well. So you can just imagine that this has actually been completely obliterated during a Titan war, and now Titan will be stalking through the ruins of this thing. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this little how-to, 20 minutes, and you've got a base. Then all you've got to do is paint it. So until next time, take care.